if you don't break the learning materials down into small enough units that limitation of size, and we can argue whether it's 4 elements or 7 elements. We're talking about new elements, things that you've never experienced or that you don't know about. If we don't build our instruction in a way that we don't exceed those limitations, yeah, then you get overloaded. If you want to go around that limit, you have to make sure that there's knowledge in their long-term memory that they can make use of when they need it. If I have to solve even the simplest equation and something like 6 times 7 is in that, but if I have to think about that, that's using space in my working memory. If I can immediately say 42, it takes up no space in my working memory, which means I can deal with the problem at hand much better. The second thing is that it's fairly short. If you don't very quickly, short in time, if you don't very quickly do something with it, it's gone. So if you make, as a teacher, your learning materials in such a way that you deal with the limited size, don't do too much at any one time. 2, make sure that there's something in the long-term memory that you can make use of. And 3, that you make sure that students do something with it within 20, 25 seconds.
This limitation isn't just a cognitive quirk. It has major consequences for how we actually design instruction. Working memory can only handle a small amount of unfamiliar information at once, so the way we sequence and scaffold ideas matters enormously. And if we present too much too soon, we exceed what learners can actively process, and they either tune out or fall behind. So in the 1950s, George Miller famously proposed that we can juggle around 7 items, plus or minus 2, in working memory. He called it his magic number. But then more recent work by Nelson Cowan suggests that the true number is probably closer to 4, especially when we're dealing with novel or unchunked information. And that's really not a lot. But I think the key insight here is that we can expand that limit if we help learners group related elements into those meaningful chunks. So for example, remembering 1945-1966 as 2 dates, 1945 and 1966, taps into prior knowledge that we already have that then frees up mental space. And in education, I think this is why teaching through well-structured examples, analogies, concept maps is so powerful, because it builds that mental architecture that helps students chunk more effectively.